very clear.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sunita Jansi, and I'm here to share my opinion regarding the video that I have watched earlier. In that video, the Malala Yousafzai, one of the youngest Nobel Prize winner, shared her opinion regarding the education. And she said about the education is very important and to quit the wars and to improve the peace in the countries. And she also talked about the situations in the North Pakistan, that is near to Afghanistan, where the people are more celebrated with the guns, not with the books. And she also said that a pen and a book and a woman and a child can change the world. And the education is so important to change the world so that everyone can know what is real education is and not about the wars. And wars are very disruptive to the environment of the people, and they are very killing the peoples. And this may be one of the losses for the countries. And thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sai Sampath, and I am here to tell about the video that I saw. It tells about education. Really, it speaks correct. Education is one's life's blessing. Education is not the way we read or not the way we write, but it's the way we communicate with the world around us. I would like to take a live example where the great Alexander was defeated by the most educated person of India, Chanakya. Chanakya used his war strategies to defeat Alexander without losing even a single drop of blood. Using this incident, I would like to tell about the proverb how the pen is mightier than the sword. I would like to tell that using education we can bring peace even to the wars, and we know that countries now are developing in their military range, but many countries are even in the poverty range, or we can say that they're in the poverty range because of not having educated people in them. Using this live example, I would like to tell that using education, we can even bring peace between two countries, and also we can develop some annihilated weapons by which we can destroy other countries. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Srinas. Now I'm gonna talk about. We already know the thought or the quotation. Pen is mightier than sword. Yes, pen is mightier than sword. When all the nation is building upon the blocks of the sweat and dust of the workers and the engineers. Guns do not build the nations. People build the nation, and the people are the engineers who read and educated. The guns are not gonna change the world, but the education is gonna change the world. Yes, the gun is also can change the world, but not in the peace manner. But education can change the world in the peace manner. Every engineer and every uh, hard worker should be appreciated in the nation for the hard work they did and the creation and the developing of the nation. So education is the utmost priority should be given in the nation. The nations which are not giving the education priority, those are not called as at all a nations, in my point of view. Because when the people does not have any value, but the guns and missiles are gonna have a value, what is the difference between a metal and a man who can think? It's like it's better to uh, become a war. To bring the war in the nations is like a very easy task, but to bring the peace, it is gonna tough task because every person in the world should be anticipated in the peace manner. So thank you. Education is the only thing that can change the world.
Good morning to one and all. My name is Asavani from CSE. Education is not only one's necessary in their life, but also it's a basic right in one's life. In the previous video which I have watched, where the Malala has spoken few words about the education, where she mentioned that not only the politicians important to develop a country or are necessary for the development in the country, but also the everyone everyone are responsible for it, and the people are more fighting for the guns, are more interested in participating in the wars rather than in educating themselves. And education can change everything. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. Today I will resume the video about Mulala. Education is the most powerful way to change the world. Education education is not a business. Education is an ethical value to teach human and necessary for everyone. Education is a crucial role plays in every development and everything to world. So, so, so through the education, one pen, one teacher, one student can change the world. Said by a seizing noble peace in the world. So, war can change the world, but peace can only stop the war. So, make peace. Education is only the chance to learn, learn about the peace and also education learns the how to teach ethical and how we Jewish for everyone. So every student want to learn and teach. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam. My name is Manish from CSE. Today I am here to put the view on the video that I have watched. By listening to our education, the first quote that's striking my mind is a board without a student without education is like a board without wings. Education, education is more very important. Is let us discuss with a similar example. Alexander is the person who ruled the whole world by killing many people. Where the many people are suffered, but the Chanakya is the person who, but the Chanakya is the person who brings the peace by writing these the poems without dropping a single word. The education, by education and the knowledge, we can bring the peace and we can communicate with the other countries, which makes the strongest part of our country.
Good morning, all of you. I'm Sirishma from CSCC. The video that I watched previously was about education is the most important thing in our life. The video is about Malala. She is the Nobel Prize winner of the Pakistan. She fight for the education and peace for the country. Uh, when we get the education, uh, she told about not the leaders of the country is important. We are also important, and we should protect our country. It's our duty to protect the country. When we get educated, then we fight for the peace in our country. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Reshma from CSE. Um, Education is more important to every person who are in the world. Malala, one of the girls, Malala Yousafzai, was Pakistan. She got Nobel Prize for the peace in their country. In their country, she fought for the peace and their studies. For every child, they should get education. Education is more important. If there is no education, they cannot be lived in a world. If we educate, then we will be in peace. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am asking from CSE section. You all know that education is the only weapon to change the world. As Malala said, I remember that we know the value of the pens and books when we saw the guns, and we know the value of the light when we see the darkness. And education is the only thing we can change the world with it.
Good morning, Amanda. I would like to tell about education. Education is important to everyone. Nowadays, education is more useful to people. education is not for right now and not for read. It is how to communicate with others and itla. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Taken from CSE. Today our topic is education. Education is not about to read. It is not about to read and write. It is about to understand and communicate with others. Nowadays, education is mandatory to everyone. Once upon a time, education is for juniors and politicians and so many leaders only. But nowadays, education is more important and more useful to the others, which is used to communicate with others, and which gives help us to learn the things and which gives the information which is there, which is bad. And in the previous video, Alaya is talking about the education. Education is which change the life of a human being. In this video, it explains about a single pen and a gun and a teacher can change the life of the person. Ed- Education of students is without the body. Is the link is the links without the body. When we don't have the education, it's like links without the body. Nowadays, education is coming to the body of everyone, and it is more useful to the people.
Good morning to everyone. I've just finished my work, but I have to learn say something. One gun can one gun can change the world and can change the economic and development, but only pen can develop the country and world. So learn the students about the integrity and ethical values and ethical. So parents and teachers have only the choice to learn the values of the education. The Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful weapon that can change the world. Education is the bright future, passport for the future." So education is the most powerful nowadays. Education can make the perfect man and ethical one. So children want to study them and develop them and ideas and and make them innovative. Thank you.
Let me continue my thought of explanations. Uh, in the World War One, in the World War Two, are the biggest wars happened on the Earth's history. And now let's consider them as a devastation they caused. In the World War One, nearly 15 million people were died, and in the World War Two, more number of people died because of the just of the dictators like Hitler, like the Adolf Hitler. They are gonna break and destroy the world. They are not gaining anything because just of the colonization. What brings the colonization if they have all the parts of the resources? This is gonna just bring them the war is like just for the continents and the areas under their control. The Alexander the Great. Why everyone called the Alexander as the Great? Because he conquered half of the world. What brings him at last? He died due to the without any wealth without any using the wealth or a single money. He died just like a rotten one in the dead. So what's the matter to go to the war? And in the next part, for example, let's ask the Muhammad Gaddafi or Mussolini or the Adolf Hitler, the world's great dictators, ask them to rebuild the world. They cannot rebuild the world because they have the education, but they have the dictatorship to conquer or to control the world. But they don't have any idea on how to bring the world into a democracy and brought the nation into the high places with the help of education. So the dictators are the persons who will call for the war, and they are the communists who just want for without any cause for their own personal dilemma they want to attack the other nations. and it shouldn't be happen because the people who have the democracy to vote should vote according to their own personal interest, but not for the money or any interest they are shown. So the world and the voters are based on the educators only. Thank you.